Got it. So am I always going to be on the right in the
I don't
video?
I don't know where you're gonna be. I believe you were on the left and I was on the right. Well, it depends which way you were looking at, but I'm not 100.
Yeah.
I don't I don't I don't know
So,
how it's gonna pan out.
but if I would look, you would be to my left in the video. So you're right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I should just look this way the whole time and you should look this.
Oh, I should put something on my wall because I can't look at a
Except
white wall.
except I believe when we edited it, you were sitting higher up than I was, so it was like
I
you were
was
up here
closer
and
to the
I was
camera.
down here. Which is fine. It turned out a little better. It turned out better than I thought it was gonna be.
It actually turned out really good.
Yeah, because on my
For
screen right now, we're vertical, so you're like on top of me and I'm down here. And I guess whenever it exports, it puts us side to side, which
I
is
wonder if I
fine.
could switch what mine looks like.
Just shut off your camera.
Okay, so we're not going to go to that. I don't know why that's an option. It just went to like a black screen. It goes tap to speak.
I don't know what you're doing, man. Um,
I don't know why I have two options.
my head just started hurting suddenly, really bad.
And the
Um,
brain damage.
and the brain damage, and the brain damage. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 103, 104 of Forever Talking. Not 100% sure which one it is. On today's episode, with my commentating partner and co-host Nicholas, um, mm, we're going to be focusing on two main subjects. It's super fight weekend here, all over the world. With Friday, we got Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, and Saturday we had UFC 309 with John Jones versus Stipe Miocic, as well as Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler. Um, Madison Square Garden. Jake and Tyson's going to be in Dallas, Texas. Stacked cards on both sides of the situation. I understand there's some football news that we can talk about. However, I really wanted to just kind of stick to the fighting side of things, and we're going to do something different this episode. Where we're going to try to be reacting to some footage that has been released, at least on the Mike and Jake side, because that is going to be the main talking subject. Even though I feel like we've talked a whole lot about Mike and Jake throughout the last 9 months since this been has been announced. However, I want to, as we are closer to the fight, this feels like more of a big deal than the John Jones fight is, right?
Mm, I think it's more rare. It's more rare.
Define rare.
Where you don't have these type of fights, like a YouTuber versus Mike Tyson.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that's true, but
Like John Jones fighting. Like he's fought before.
it's kind of two similar situations, right? You have a
It,
guy
it really is.
fighting a much older person who hasn't been active in a very long time.
Actually, who's been more active? John Jones or who fought earlier, Stipe or Mike Tyson? What was the more recent fight?
It
That's
it may have
that's
been the
funny.
same. It may have been the
That's
same time.
funny.
I I I I I I think when Stipe was knocked out by Francis, it was
I know it's been like 4 years for him.
I don't think anybody was in the building. So I think it was a
So I think it was in like
I think it was a COVID
2020,
show. So I think he
and Mike Tyson fought.
in a COVID show. It was both
Yeah,
Mike and Roy was in COVID. I think that's right. Stipe
yeah.
versus Stipe versus Ngannou 2 was on March 27th, 2021. So Stipe fought a year after. So March of 21, was that COVID?
Yeah.
I think so. I think that was
March of 2020 was when it like took off. That's when everything started to close. That was like a year later.
yeah, and March of 21 was we were approaching it wasn't really it wasn't really the end, I guess, was it?
No.
That's a crazy concept. We were in fucking lockdown for over a year.
Yeah, but lockdown wasn't as bad, I guess, in March of 2021.
No. I think that was around the point where like things started opening and then they started closing again, and we're
I
like,
just remember the biggest I remember the first main event was Jorge Masvidal versus Usman. That was like when people were
yeah,
alive
that
in
was like one
Florida.
of the first big shows. Um, I mean, there's things that we can cover about football, but I don't really feel like it's nearly as important.
No, it wasn't a good week for you two.
It was not.
Bye
Packers
week,
had a bye week. Bengals got fucked. Jets are the
same
Jets.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't really feel like talking about the Jets anymore. If I do, I'm gonna throw up. Um, it's just,
We could say Chiefs are the luckiest team in football. You see that?
yeah, don't even get me started on that.
That's funny. Mahomes having his worst year, undefeated.
Yeah.
Burrow having his best year, 4-6.
Yeah, 4-6. He's gonna need to figure it out
They will.
quickly.
Well, the Ravens are like the best team on that side. So I know we
Steelers are
weren't talking
great, dude.
football. Oh, Russell Will. I haven't watched them, but I
They're
think Russell
great.
will.
They're kind of great. And when the weather starts to get colder, they can run the ball really well. Russell can throw it wherever he wants.
I
They
think it'd be
just
cool
picked
if
up
they could
Mike
go far.
Williams, who I guess the Jets felt like wasn't needed anymore. And then Mike Williams went and scored the final touchdown of the game for the Steelers.
Did they just
Um,
beat Washington? Yeah.
yeah. So we're cooked. We're cooked. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like Bengals need to figure it out, or else Mahomes is gonna win the Super Bowl. I
No,
don't care.
they're not good. I don't think they will.
I don't think they're good either, but they keep winning
They,
football games. So I don't.
yeah,
Somebody's got to beat them. Like Denver was the biggest trap game ever, and they got out of it.
yeah,
Um, it's always something with them. And the Jets, bad news. You got to go 7-0. And considering you can't put together 4 wins,
yeah.
uh, that might be a complicated ask. Um, Bengals, you need to find a way to. You can only win once now, so or you can only lose once. So,
Yeah.
um, if you're not in it, like the playoffs are going to be so jank on the AFC side if Cincinnati's not in it.
Yeah, we'll have the Bills, the Texans.
Who look terrible.
Yeah, because they're missing their two receivers, I think.
Nico Collins is back.
Oh, well, they played who they played the Lions last night.
Yeah,
Yeah, Lions are good. You have the Steelers, the Ravens, Chiefs,
Jared threw 5 interceptions in that game.
Jared Goff.
I think four. He threw 4 or 5.
I didn't watch it.
Insane.
Uh,
There was at halftime. They came out of the tunnel at halftime and they interviewed Dan Campbell, but they're like, Coach, what do you think your team needs to do better? And he was like, oh, we got on defense, we need more takeaways, man. Immediately when he says that, uh, Stroud throws a pick. He goes, we need more takeaways, and it hits the cornerback right in the chest to pick the ball. It was like the most insane timing I've ever seen. But it was, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, Texans did not get a single point in that second half, and then the Detroit just did. But I still like Detroit if they do go to the Super Bowl because it's still between Packers, Detroit, and 49ers.
I think Detroit's running away with it though. As a
I
favorite.
mean, playoff football is different, so we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. You got to get these. That's why it's like I still don't trust Lamar to do it, and I only trust Joe to do it. So we'll see. I mean, I guess like a good test this weekend for Kansas City will be Buffalo, but
For they play, they'll
yeah,
probably lose.
Buffalo. Yeah, I agree.
No, Buffalo will probably win this. They
No,
win in the regular season. They don't win in the postseason.
I I just I'm numb. I'm numb to it now. Um. I can't even.
Oh, dude, I want to say one thing off that. Dude, Kyler Murray. I know the defense on the Jets sucked, but you saw that one hit, right? By like Quincy Williams or
Yeah,
something.
McQuincy destroyed him.
Yeah, he murdered him.
I don't know. How
I
he got
remember,
that. I don't know. How he got
I,
that goal.
I remember I was watching that and I'm like, oh my God. 'Cause
I
they
remember
just didn't
watching that
block him.
game. I don't think I've ever been more agitated watching a football game in my entire life. I've never. Well, I mean, I think I say that every week, but I just
The sad part is the Jets started really good. Like they were running the ball and everything, but then the defense was terrible.
Swiss cheese. They
Like
got
Sauce Gardner,
one
like that
one
missed tackle.
ruined the game.
Basically after that,
It
that's
was
when it went
over.
downhill.
When Sauce didn't bring him down,
That's when it really flipped.
Cardinals went up 3 scores and it was like you were never coming back.
Yeah.
It was over. And I've never seen them. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Like the offense looks good. It's not as good as it should be. Because the play calling's not great because they have a quarterback coach doing the play calling because your original play caller sucked. Um, your defense, which the whole shtick of coming here to New York was you had this world beater defense, and they're
God.
not that anymore.
Yeah.
I don't you didn't lose any talent. I understand Jermaine Johnson went down and your pass rushing isn't as good, but there's nothing there that like there wasn't a major change to
No.
significantly like alter the like originally I was like, okay, let them get healthy again. Well, they've been healthy and they still look terrible.
Well, to be
I,
fair, they've had some games where they look good, but it just seems like they rotate where either the offense is terrible or the defense is terrible.
I just don't get it anymore. I don't know. I don't know. Like you turn like he you fire your head coach and make your defensive coordinator your head coach. So then now he's got to do two jobs, which might be impacting how the defense looks so bad. Maybe that's it. I have no idea. Too late to figure it out. You move Nathaniel Hackett up to the booth and make your quarterback coach or play caller, who is doing a better job than Nathaniel Hackett did, but it's not like it's night and day. Um, the offense is moving the ball but can't get in the end zone. Aaron puts one right in Devontae Adams' chest, who drops it. That never happens. Um, Garrett Wilson catches four for like 5 for 5 targets.
We opened the door. You're just rattling off.
It's just and then Devontae misses 4 or 4 targets. Brees keeps getting incredible breaks. We stop handing him the ball. Um, and then like a garbage time drive, Aaron and the team look great, and then Aaron on 4th and 3 or whatever throws it behind Malachi Corley. It just like I don't know. I don't know. I like Aaron is broken at this point. Like they asked him in a post conference, they're like, "Why? What's going on?" And Aaron literally just goes, "I don't have an answer. I'm sorry. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know any. I don't know what's wrong. I'm watching this game. There's so much talent.
Oh,
It
when you have
makes them
Devontae
look.
Adams,
It makes them look like they're playing so bad. It looks like this team doesn't have talent. There's nothing but talent on this team.
it looks like they don't practice. That's what it looks like.
I don't get it. I don't understand at all. Like it's so
Well,
I don't know. It's
well,
so
the odds are they're not going to make the playoffs, though.
it's not a
Well, it's basically when they look terrible.
terrible.
It's not even like they're just losing. That was terrible. Yes. So in the off season, they can always come back.
No, they actually can't because everybody's on a contract.
Yeah, but if you can bring back certain players,
Devontae's contract expires.
he'll stay.
Garrett Wilson's contract is dead. I wouldn't stay if I was him.
Yeah,
I'm
bring it.
out.
Yeah,
Um,
but if they can bring those two back, then the offense can just.
I know Aaron's probably coming back because he's got a 40. Well, one, he said he was going to, but two,
I don't
that's
think
a
anyone else would want him, to be honest.
no. Well, it's either retire or
Yeah, play
play.
again. He'll play.
Um, the Jets are going to want him back because that's going to be a $50 million cap hit.
Yeah,
It's literally if he retires, it's like 46 million in dead money. And I've said it a million times and say it again, he's not playing MVP caliber Rodgers level, but he's playing the level I expect him to play. He looks like Aaron
yeah,
Rodgers but older. But that was the theory. You had so much talent on this team. He didn't need to be the fucking guy who was going to throw
yeah.
350 million yards. You just had to have some level of competency, and you don't. Aaron was sacked like 11 dropbacks. He got sacked 11 times. It just like drop passes flat. I don't. And again, like the offense wasn't really the problem to me. I think whenever, you find yourself in a position where now you're down three scores, now he's got to start trying to force the ball on fourth down.
Well, yesterday the offense wasn't the problem. There's been some games though.
There's been some, yeah,
That's what I was saying. They're inconsistent.
but I don't like I didn't think the offense was the problem in the San Francisco game.
No,
They won the Tennessee game. They looked the most complete against the Patriots game, which is the third game. Then
yeah,
they ran into Denver, who
they should have won that game.
they should have won that game, but then they fired Robert Saleh.
Yeah,
And I don't know if Denver or Minnesota was first, but Aaron didn't look good against Minnesota, I can tell you that. But they still missed a kick in both Denver and Minnesota, I believe, to win the game.
yeah.
Um, then
Buffalo,
then it was Buffalo.
maybe. I don't know. Sure,
I don't think they look great. Um,
they didn't look bad
but
because we watched the Buffalo
I
game.
think they missed kicks, right? Or whatever. It was some reason they lost.
Their kicker still sucks. He barely made the shit he made.
It's just I don't I don't know.
Oh, well,
It's always something. So um
John Jones
yeah.
or
Yeah.
UFC. We weren't supposed to talk about football.
Yeah. John Jones. Um he's gonna he's gonna choke Stipe. So that's it, right? That's really all.
I'm actually interested in this fight because like Gon is so bad on the ground, so it will be a
Steve.
little.
Oh god, yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah.
So like that fight was super easy because all he could do is take him down. I don't think it will be that easy to take him down. So we'll have to see.
I think it's gonna be that easy. I honestly don't think it's gonna be challenging for him to do it at all. And John also didn't like was on I think he did an interview or he was on Instagram Live or whatever, and he said for Leggett, it's either retire or fight Alex Pereira next for him.
Yeah, I saw that.
So,
Wow. That's huge.
John, it's either he's saying it just to get like
He
people
definitely
riled.
is. He's smart enough.
I would imagine he's trying to get people riled up. Um, but suck a dick. Like I don't like. Here are your choices. You either fucking kick rocks or fight Tom Aspinall. That's it. There's no Alex Pereira.
Unless he beat Tom Aspinall, and then
Sure. And then do whatever you want. But yeah, there's no you get one choice and that's it.
yeah. So I'm
And
picking Jones too. To be fair, I was just saying I think it will be a little more competitive than Gon.
I could see this ending in round two,
Yeah,
not round one.
yeah. I could. It will be interesting.
I mean, again, I don't know how Stipe looks after 5 years. Maybe he looks
But
great.
age is a huge thing, just like the Mike Tyson fight.
I
Like it's
agree.
there's a reason people retire.
I agree. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the story of where Stipe's been after the Francis knockout. I don't know if he's been trying to get a fight and never did. I don't know if they just pulled him back because Jones brought him up, and that is
It's, it's
what
kind of
happened.
dumb. 4 years. Yeah, this is so frustrating that it's not Tom Aspinall.
Now, with
The
that
more,
being said, it was supposed to be 2 years because this was originally scheduled last year.
yeah,
So I guess
wouldn't
that
that be
makes
3 years?
it was he last fought in March of 21
Oh,
and he was gonna fight in November of 23, but John tore his pec.
yeah.
So it was gonna be about a year and a half or 2.5 years.
Oh yeah,
Now it's
okay,
3.5 years.
okay.
Um,
Meanwhile, the other guy's knocking everyone out in the first round.
yeah, and Tom's been
All right.
I don't. I mean, maybe Stipe looked great. What's hard for me to say is I don't have a comparison on what Stipe is now. We only have a
Yeah.
comparison of what he was 3 years ago, and then we have to do a little bit of math and decrease that because of the inactivity and the age. The problem is I don't know if he's been training in preparation to get back into the fight ever since this point. Um, maybe he's been trying to get a fight for two and a
Yeah.
half years, and I mean we know the heavyweight division, it sucks. So I don't know how that all turned
Now,
out. Maybe he just decided if he wasn't fighting for a title, he wasn't going to fight at all. And at his age, that probably makes sense. And then this just got dropped on his desk. So maybe that's the case. Um, with that being said, I
maybe
don't
I don't think being active will be a big of a problem in this fight because John Jones also hasn't been active, and
true,
he fought like a minute, 2 minutes against Gunn. I don't
true,
know.
but he's always been training in preparation of being active.
That's okay. I see what you mean.
Like
Yeah.
like he's always been in the cage. He's always been wrestling. He's always been lifting weight. He's always been training. I
Well, I
don't
imagine
know ever
Stipe has
since
too.
I don't know.
I hope so.
Because if he got knocked out after Francis, did he automatically say, I'm I'm just done if I'm not fighting for titles? I mean, he would have been 40. If he got knocked out then, does he just say, I mean, I only really want to fight for titles. I don't really, what's the point? He's on contract, so it's not like he can go anywhere else if he was. And I mean, he doesn't, it's either he fights or he just kind of walks away into the sunset. Um, but I think that's probably is a realistic situation where he got knocked out by Francis and he just kind of, I don't think he ever got out of shape, but
Yeah, but
stopped training like he was a active fighter. I think that could be likely.
yeah.
And then the John Jones thing just got dropped on him, and he said, "I'm under contract. I think I could beat him." So,
We'll have to see.
but with that being said, the John that I saw fight 2 years ago and the Stipe I saw fight 3 years ago, the John brings him down and chokes him out. So I don't, you know, I mean, if if he got knocked out after Francis and decided I still want to be an active fighter, but I don't really care about title fights, I just want to fight. Why didn't he fight? Was he hurt? I don't think so. Did he I mean, there's Curtis Blades, Tom Aspinall was in there.
Yeah.
I think
I
I think the likely scenario is he just didn't want to fight unless it was for a title, and he was okay with just walking away, which is fine. And then you had the whole Francis contract issue flare up. Maybe he decided maybe he was going to wait to see what Francis did, and then he was going to go fight to get a number
didn't
one.
he didn't want to test him again.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know the whole what Stipe has been doing this entire time. But with that being said, if I'm measuring it based on what I've seen them last do between them, John
Yeah.
will take him down and choke him out.
Yeah.
It's just I don't. It will either be round one or round two. But if got into fantastic shape and it looks great, and John had the torn pec, so that offset him a little bit. So Stipe had a lot more time to train. It just depends how great he looks now. You
We'll
know,
have to see.
we'll have to see. But if I had to make a prediction based on what we know of them,
Oh yeah. I'm
it's
with you
not.
too.
It's really not close. Regardless, this fight shouldn't be happening either way. Even if
Yeah.
Stipe pulls out a fucking miracle and beats John Jones,
I hope he does.
I hope he does more than anything. And I know we haven't really been talking shit. I know like it seems like we're talking shit on Stipe because we're like saying John's fighting an old man. It's true.
In
John
MMA
clearly,
terms, it's true.
yes, John's taking the Stipe fight to avoid fighting Tom.
He also ducked Francis, so
Yeah, so it's not like I'm not disrespecting Stipe. Stipe is the greatest heavyweight of all time. But like we have to understand that he's taking the Stipe fight not to take the Tom fight.
yeah.
Um and the clear fight was and still is the Tom fight. So if Stipe pulls out a miracle and beats John Jones, I would be stoked.
Oh, I'd be so. I would want to get a camera on Dana's face
I would be over
because
the
he
moon if
he
that
also
happened.
frustrates me with
And
that
I'm rooting for Stipe Miocic in this fight, but I'm also learning that
thing.
I'm not I'm trying not anymore to predict fights with my heart, and I'm trying to predict it with my head. Because every time I predict it with my heart, it just spirals out of control.
Max Holloway.
Max Holloway, Robert Whitaker, even the last John Jones fight. If it's based on what well, I guess I kind of tried to use my head with the John Jones thing, but also I just took out everything that I know about John Jones as a light heavyweight.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think that this probably ends in a chokeout. But if Stipe wins and got himself in great shape, and like he's doing interviews, he says he called John a bitch.
Awesome.
I love it. I'll be watching, I'll be rooting. I just don't know how it's gonna end, so we'll see, I guess. But the co-main event, Michael
Yeah.
Chandler and Charles Oliveira.
Number two.
I heard things that Charles was pulling out of this fight.
I heard Chandler was, but
Well, who knows?
but
I don't
I think it's for sure.
know. Bill Nichols fighting on this thing too. I
Don't
think it's
care.
for sure too.
Oh,
I
we
would
need Jacob on here for Bo Nickel.
for Bo Nickel, yeah. I would be highly uh disappointed if Michael Chandler lost this fight. However, I
Dude, Charles Oliveira, he's good.
I think Michael might lose.
He probably will. He'll probably be winning 90% of the fight, get caught, and get choked out.
He get choked out. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
Charles Oliveira is the best submission artist in the UFC. No
Yeah,
one's better.
it's probably. I mean, that's probably not a bad take. Um,
I mean,
I
who would be better?
Islam's a better wrestler.
Yeah, but that's different.
I mean, he choked out Charles.
Yeah, but that's different.
Is it?
Yeah, one's jujitsu, one's like more wrestling.
That's true. So wrestling beats jujitsu.
Oh yeah,
Well, maybe Michael's a great wrestler now. I don't know.
I don't think so.
How did Charles beat him the last time? Head kicked him? Is that
I
what
think
happened?
I don't know. I know he caught him
I think he
with
kicked him in
something
the head.
very early in the second round,
Yeah. Michael Chandler sees his roadmap going as follows. He sees himself beating Charles
and then title shot.
and then knocking out. He said he wants to knock out McGregor in March.
That's not happening.
No, because Connor's never fighting again. And then he wants to fight for a title in June, or like the summer, which means that he literally is like, I'm knocking out Connor in one round. Uh, and
He probably would.
not taking any damage. And I think he probably would. Um, listen, Mike, the only way Michael Chandler beats Charles Oliveira is if Michael Chandler got better. Um,
He doesn't need to get better. He just needs to be smarter.
which would imply he need to get better. He needed to have more combat my knowledge.
Yeah.
Fine, like
Okay.
use
Better
his head.
mentally,
Yeah,
but
he needs to use his head a little bit more in that cage. Um, now the good news is for Michael Chandler is he definitely hasn't had a shortage of training camps in the last 4 years. That he's been waiting for Connor to get his fucking coked up ass off the couch. So, with that being said,
I think it's been 2 years, right? He fought Poirier last, right?
yeah.
I think that was in like November, like basically 2 years ago.
Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking Connor's been out for
Since July 21st. So
of what? 21?
yeah, that's what I meant. July 2021.
Connor's been out for almost 3.5 years. Um,
He's gonna be out more.
no, he's gonna be out forever.
Yeah,
He's never come back.
he'll be dead, and his fans will be like, "He's coming back."
Yeah, he's not coming back. And they don't want him back, so whatever. Um, I don't really have an official prediction. If I'm using my head, it's Charles Oliveira.
Oh, Charles Oliveira, dude, he's so good.
Yeah, but if I'm using my heart, um, if I'm using my heart, it's Michael Chandler.
You like Michael Chandler better? I like Charles Oliveira a lot.
I really want Michael Chandler to win. It would be awesome if he won. If he knocked out Charles Oliveira, and then it's like Michael Chandler is the new like hero of the 155 division, and then he like,
But I like both fighters a lot. So
I
I think
mean,
Charles Oliveira is so fun to watch because, like I
yeah,
said, he just grabs them and it's over like that.
yeah, I mean, they're both giant baby faces.
Yeah,
I think Michael winning makes him the baby face of that division, and
I could see
everybody
him.
will
Yeah,
like they would like the majority audience would want to push him to fight Islam. Pretty
like
has he ever fought Islam?
no, but he could probably get it.
I mean, if he beats Charles, he's gonna get it.
Yeah, but I'm picking
But
Charles though.
yeah, he needs to beat Charles first. And if I'm using my head, it's if I had to put money on it,
Mhm.
I would
Yeah,
put Charles Oliveira. But if I'm watching it as a fan of what I want to happen, which isn't necessarily impossible to happen, it's just he's the underdog in this fight. It would be Michael Chandler. We'll just see what happens. But now let's move on to what we wanted to talk about.
Jake Paul. You said this was a good card. Who's on the card besides?
We'll talk about it. We'll have to switch here because we
That's
ran
at 40 minutes.
this goddamn timer.
Fucking who picks 40 minutes?
Because there's enough time to not be convenient, so you don't get a full, or to get to be like as inconvenient as possible, so you don't get a full hour.
Like, but why not 45 minutes or half
Because
an
that
hour?
because it's a
Pick.
little more convenient. In half an hour, you'll feel like you can have more conversation in, but you can't.
I don't know. Fuck whoever made it.
I know it's stupid.
I'm gonna
All right,
leak their address.
all right, let's reset. But the big one.
I want to hear the card first
Okay, wait, let me get you the card. Hold on, give
because
me
I
a
know we'll
second.
talk about that thing forever. So I want to at least hear the card.
It's a good card. It's a lot better than I like anticipated.
What time's it at too?
It starts at 7.
The
So Mike,
card.
yeah, so
Okay.
Mike and Jake will probably be walking at like 10:30, which
Yeah.
is awesome.
Freaking better not have any concerts in between the fights because that will just drive me crazy.
Yeah, I'll be pissed. Um, Whindersson Nunes is fighting on this thing. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano 2. That's a banger.
Yeah.
They had one of the greatest women's fight of all time.
Katie Taylor won, right?
Yep. So that's a banger co-main event, and then Mike and Jake. The other ones are, you know, I think some basic kind of boxing matches, but like Whindersson Nunes on this thing's cool, and then like the co-main event's awesome. So like it's a
That's
lot
the
better
best
than a
fight of the
normal
night.
boxing card where it's just nobody's, and then
Yeah.
I like it whenever there's a really good main event and co-main event, and then there's one in there that might pique my interest. I'll watch Katie Taylor and Amanda, and then I'll watch Mike and Jake.
I say we just turn it off after Katie Taylor fight. If I want to watch elder abuse, I'll go to a nursing home. I'm sure something happened.
All right, we're just gonna talk about Mike and Jake.
Yeah, we don't care about that. I couldn't. say anything about the others.
I mean, like I don't really know Winderson's opponent that much, and then the Katie Taylor Amanda Serrano thing's really cool. But I think Amanda might win. I don't know. I hope Amanda wins so you get a trilogy. I think they've only fought once. I think it was in Ireland. I don't know if I don't remember, but I remember it was a really big deal. I remember where I was when they
Yeah,
were fighting it. I was in a gas station. I remember that. Um, it was a big deal. I remember that. Um, we've been talking about this fight for a long time.
yeah. You
Um,
nervous?
so the history of this fight, I remember where I was when it got announced. I just woke up out of bed. I was still in my bed and I checked my phone. And I pulled one of these numbers. I was like, and then I like looked at Instagram and said Mike versus Jake Paul, July 20th. And I was like,
Really?
I was like, and the more I sat there and I thought about it for a second, I was like, this is a horrible idea. He's gonna really hurt him. He's gonna hurt Mike like badly. And my confidence did not waver from the moment I saw it to probably like 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago. Now, as they started ramping up promotions of this fight, they started releasing more clips. Now, everybody was snapped onto Mike Tyson training footage immediately. Like, look at him. He's fast. He's quick. You and I weren't. I mean,
No.
we watched it and we were like, wow. I mean, I'm glad how they cut it every 3 seconds and not even that. Like
I mean, almost
every
anyone could look good in pads
yeah, and it was pads and
or hitting pads. Yeah.
it was very much um, you know, like
'Cause-
they were kind of trimming around. He
yeah.
looked good for
Yeah.
58.
Oh, no other 58 looks like that.
Yeah, I'm not shitting on him, but I like, you know. So then we got closer to July 20th, and I don't remember when Mike pulled out. I think there was like a month left.
Yeah.
But you and I were pretty sure from the beginning that there was no he was gonna hurt him. Um, Mike gets the ulcer, pulls out of the fight. Turns out the ulcer may have been the best thing for him because he has more time to train. He looks better than he did. Um, and now they're ramping up promotion for this fight. Um, and they're releasing more clips and more like actual footage for the promotion of the fight. We're gonna react to some today, and I want to see. We're just gonna break down some Mike stuff. Because we know how Jake fights. Jake obviously on July 20th fought Mike Perry, and kind of just blew Mike Perry up.
Oh, they should have waived it. They should have thrown the towel in first
Yeah,
round.
yeah, he beat the shit out of Mike. That was at 200 pounds. Jake's gonna be walking in this fight at 220. Mike's gonna be walking in here at 225. Apparently Mike's contract is that he cannot be above 230 pounds. So
I'd imagine weight cutting at that age would be really hard.
very hard. But he's our height. He's my height.
Six
Might be
feet,
like an
right?
inch. He might be an inch shorter than me.
Yeah.
Walking around at 230 for that guy,
Yeah, but he's just got muscle.
it's insane. It's unbelievable. I mean, whenever I was walking around at 230, I was fat as fuck. I mean, call it what it is. I sit at 205 right now, and I'm not the skinniest guy on the fucking planet. But like 230, I don't know. It's an interesting task. Um, so I wanna go back and I want to watch some footage.
I'm
Okay.
excited to see how this works. I know we've done it, but
Well, I was going to, and now it's gone. Where'd it go?
hey, how's it feel that I love having you text me about John because we'll literally film like on a Tuesday or Wednesday and he won't send it to you till Friday.
Yeah, what the hell?
I'm like, oh, yeah, dude. I mean, I don't have it, but I feel like it takes 2 minutes to send.
I was gonna put it up Thursday night and I never got it. And I was like, all right, cool. All right, can you see what I'm looking at?
Yeah, Mike Tyson Boxing Club.
That's it. So this is from the official MVP team, MVP Uncut. So this is some of the official footage from it, which is cool.
Getting That's crazy that he's 58.
I mean, he's like in shape, but he kind of looks like a gingerly old man here, doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, he looks in great shape. I mean, he's kind of got the old man legs a little bit. You know,
Yeah.
he's got these old
No.
leg knees here. You know, I don't know. I mean,
He looks like someone who's about to go train someone to fight, but
yeah, and then I mean, look at the size of his fucking arms, dude.
yeah, that's why he weighs 230.
Dude is in insane shape.
He's
So
got
the
those genetics.
so the only reason that this video may have like didn't change my opinion, right? I'm still gonna think with my head, not my heart here.
Yeah.
But I'm not as confident as I once was, and the idea of Mike landing something big is still a possibility. I just think it's now probably more 80-20 than 90-10.
Yeah, I can see that.
But we'll see. So Mike's getting wrapped, Big Mike's getting wrapped up here, you know. And that mentality that he has, it's back. Like 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 the like the crazy psycho
That probably
Mike.
never left, if we're being honest.
I think it did, dude. Like there's like footage of him like saying that he won't work out and he won't box anymore because he's like afraid of that guy he was coming back out. And then he talks about this was years ago for the Roy Jones fight. He was like, one day I just got on the treadmill and I walked a mile, and then it was 2 miles, and then I was on it for an hour, and then 2 hours, and then 3 hours.
Is he just walking?
I think, and then he just started running, and then he just like slowly over time he just started to get that ego back that he just wanted to kill somebody. Like he started like he was on I don't remember where he was, but he started crying because he was like, I don't want that guy to be here anymore. That guy will kill, he'll destroy everything that like I got out of. I think that guy might be back. However, and that's what all the old people think too, right? Whenever they hear that. He's the old guy's back. And the old guy, you know, the Iron Mike, he would kill Jake Paul. Maybe that's true.
Little rust on it.
Yeah, but like at the same time, the mentality thing is like that's a great thing for him to have if he wants to win this fight, but biology's got to come in at some point.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I don't really care about his mentality and like if we were saying street fight, that's a whole different thing
Same.
because
So
he
watch,
just won't stop.
I agree. Let's watch warm up on the bags a little bit here.
Yeah, my dumb ass can even move that.
I mean, you know, he like this is the one thing right here that Jake's gonna have a lot of trouble with. Because I feel like since the end of time, you and I have always said that Jake's had the same weakness. This guy's coming at him throwing 5-6
Yeah,
punch combinations, having head movement. Anderson Silva probably did this the best to
yeah.
him. I mean, Tommy did it and Tommy won, but you know, I mean, Mike's still got he's you know Mike's
Damn.
Mike's footwork and head movement. It's the best it ever was. You know, he rips that. You know, you know it looks all right, man. It's just a bag, so it's nothing to like be stoked about. But at 58 years old, I mean, that's a fucking that Jake is susceptible to that. This big head movement, roll under, ready, boom, left hook, get back under it. I'm not saying that you know, it could. We'll see. So now Mike's gonna do some sparring here, some light sparring. All right. Well,
I would not spar with this guy.
I guess it wasn't light. It was a real sparring session. But
Him, Sean Strickland, or a couple guys I would not spar with.
yeah,
Round one. Oh, better me. Better me. Exactly. Beautiful. Yes, just like that.
Get it, Mike. I see more of this guy than the actual fighter.
well, they won't show him sparring, which of course, but
Winning the fight. So there's no reason for you to rush. We're winning the fight. All good for us.
How much older do you think this guy is than Mike Tyson? Or do you think they're the same age? Damn.
So we just knocked him out.
Casually just knocks this guy out.
Yeah. I don't know how I can't remember his name. I know his name, but I can't remember it. He's an MMA coach. I don't know how much older he is than Mike. Can't be that much older. But let's watch that shot here.
Was it an uppercut?
Right. Let's see. Boom.
Or
Guy kind of ducks. Guy kind of,
what was
Mike
that, like a left straight?
Mike kind of closes the distance here, the right cross. Guy backs up against the ropes, tries to get under a shot here, right? Tries to get under one. Mike comes around with a left hook right around. As the guy is ducking, he ducks into the shot.
Yeah.
Guy kind of sits down. So, I mean, let me see. So, I mean, if you like that, like he could, it's the same thing he was kind of working on that bag over there, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the head movement, it's the launch in. Jake would possibly kind of duck under this a little bit and run right into a left. It could happen.
I hope it happens. That'd be hilarious.
I mean, I'm not denying
Just turn
it's,
off your notifications.
huh?
Just turn off your notifications if Jake loses.
Oh yeah, that would be bad. Let's go to something that I kind of looked at here. If you're a Mike fan, right here, I'm not stoked about. You know?
Yeah, just leaving yourself vulnerable.
I mean, he is standing Mike's whole like thing in the 80s and the 90s. His feet are, I mean, they're square. You know, he's shoulder width apart to his feet, and he explodes any head movements. You know, bam, 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 up top, right?
Yeah.
When he was 20, that I mean, nobody's nobody's stopping that.
Yeah, because his hits were 10, well, not, yeah, they were like 10 times harder.
I mean, and he just moved like an animal. But here, I mean, what is Jake's bread and butter punch? It is
Overhand right.
it's that overhand right. And with Mike at 58, right here,
Yeah, I saw it when you paused it.
I mean, it is the same way that
Well,
Anderson Silva got knocked down. It
his,
is
his body's wide open too.
it's Mike's gonna be ripping here. He doesn't really rip at the body as much as you would like to see. And it's sparring, so you don't know, right?
Yeah,
But I mean, what this guy does, right, whenever he gets knocked down, is that he ducks to what side?
the right.
He ducks to the right,
Well, his right. Mike's left.
and he gets hit with that shot. Jake is coming the other way because he's throwing that overhand right,
Yeah.
which is just wide open here because Mike is square on his feet. It's little things, right? But it all kind of points out to being, I don't know if Mike at his age, fighting the same way that he did 30 years ago, will have the athletic ability to avoid that shot. And if
Or
he
even
does,
take it.
and if he does get hit with it, can take it. I don't know. What I do know is after watching some of the sparring footage, he looks at 58 years old. It could very well be one of Jake's harder fights.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Especially, well, I think the weight helps too. It being up in weight.
Yeah. And it's a guy that's, going to be pressuring Jake here. And Jake doesn't really run into guys that much.
You're going forward and backward. It's driving me crazy.
Oh, sorry.
I'm
Now
trying to get to the end of
here's what I watched. I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit here, where I was like, I'm not really stoked about this.
for who. What is he doing? Oh,
I mean, he's dying.
we don't know how long they sparred though for.
That's true. It just kind of looks like here he's an older guy who's in great shape for 58. But I think that was always the shtick, right? It was always,
Jake Paul would never fight this guy in his prime.
fuck no.
That'd be awesome for us.
That would be great. But I think the shtick is always Mike's coming those first two rounds.
I don't think it will
Mike
matter.
can Jake knock him out in the first two rounds? I think here's Mike kind of working out. The dude's in fucking unbelievable shape. He's built like a pit bull.
That's crazy.
He's probably on some of the special sauce, you'd have to imagine.
So what made you worry though? What made you surprised on any of these videos?
The only thing that made me worry, and
He looks like I would think.
it's not in here.
Careful now, Pornhub might show. All right, good.
I would let you know if it showed up.
I would know if
Um,
it showed up. You don't gotta let me. I don't think I would notice them.
see if I can find it. So this is when he knocks out. This is immediately after he knocks out the sparring footage.
What's he saying?
Yes.
So he's yelling at his coach. His coach goes, "All right, we're gonna be done for the day." But Mike's like, "Are you sure? Are you fucking sure?" He's like losing his mind like an animal.
I love that.
He literally is. That's the mentality of the old Mike is there. He just doesn't move like he did. And that's where I'm sitting there and I'm watching and I'm like, and Jake, let me see if I could find something of Jake here. So here is some of Jake's stuff. All right, this is new.
Why are his pants so freaking small?
I don't know. I think he's wearing underwear. This is a knockout. So what is it? It's that same fucking
Oh, did he hit
overhand.
him in the face?
Huh?
Dude, I'm so boxers are so much more crisp when they hit so quick. Damn, I didn't even see
I
it
mean,
the first time. I thought he hit him in the body the first time.
no, he overhands him right in the fucking head.
Yeah, okay. My money's on Jake.
And you know he's going for that bread and butter shot.
Oh, if he knocks out Mike Tyson, do you know how viral that will be? That will be more viral than any of his knockouts.
Yeah, I mean, well, I
No,
don't think like anybody would be stoked about it.
no, but it will be everywhere. Mike Tyson gets knocked out.
Yeah, it will be. Um, so like, what is your final prediction with
Do
this
you know?
thing?
Do you know what weight he was at there?
He's sitting at 220.
What do you think Mike Tyson was trading at?
He in that video, he said he was 235 or 230. He need to be down at 225.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Jake. I don't know which round, but I feel like by the end of the third, he will have won. TKO, knockout. What about you?
So confident, then you get to the fight, and I'm like, so I don't want Jake to win this thing. Like, I don't. I want Mike to win, of
Like the
course.
John Jones fight.
Huh?
It's like the John Jones fight. We know who's probably gonna win, but we root for the other guy.
Yeah. And Mike looks good. He looks really good.
Amazing for 58.
Yeah. Um, and Jake, like Jake already, whenever he fought Mike Perry, I was watching him. I'm like, he looks big and he probably punches hard as fuck, but I don't think he wears 200 well.
No,
And I
he
don't
looked
really,
decent in that video though. Like
yeah,
just moving around.
yeah. Um, the question is can he deal with that level of head movement that Mike's gonna come in with? It's not gonna be, it's not gonna be like it was, but it still might be more than Jake's seen. Um, Now one opinion that I have that has not changed is that if Jake lands, it's over.
Yeah. Also,
And
the
I don't,
recovery time for Mike Tyson is gonna be way worse than it was.
yeah, I don't think Mike can take that shot anymore.
Yeah.
And I know that Jake hits hard if he lands flush. Now these are going to be 14-ounce gloves opposed to your normal 10s, and these are going to be 8 2-minute
Ooh.
rounds.
Is that
So
what it is? 2 minute rounds? I thought.
so I mean the 2-minute rounds is a big deal.
No, it is. I thought they do three, but yeah.
No, the commission would only let him do. It is a pro fight, so this does go on Mike's record.
Well, I might switch it to four. I don't know. That's such a big difference because that last minute of every round is just huge.
But I don't think Mike's gonna be able to keep that pace for 8 2s.
No.
So
Maybe I think the fifth round, maybe he'll start dying.
and I believe that the Roy Jones fight was only 2 6s
Yeah, but
or six
yeah,
twos. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you
So,
meant.
so
Two
I don't
rounds,
know.
6 minutes.
If Mike does land, I think that would be devastating for him, dude. I really do. And it's more of like, I think it would be devastating if he lands. I don't know. I mean, the bigger gloves.
The
I don't
weight,
know.
that's the only thing that's bugging me. If they were fighting at like 185 or 190,
I don't know if Mike's going to be able to move for that long at this weight.
no. I think
That
by the end of by the fifth, he'll be dead.
I mean, if you're Jake, you're hoping it's before that. You know, I don't know. I don't know. My final prediction's still gonna be Jake Paul, and I could see this not being. I could see this going into decision, maybe, maybe.
No,
Um,
there's no way.
I think that the likely scenario is that there's a Jake Paul knockout here.
Or TKO.
However, there's all yeah, but there's always that 10% chance that Mike.
Yeah, I could see that too. But I think decision, that's gonna be hard.
If you were gonna ask me if this fight took place in July, it's knockout city.
Yeah.
But he looks a lot better than he did then. So, I think that I don't know, man. I'm not as confident as I once was, but I'm still pretty confident, and I'm gonna take Jake Paul by knockout. Boom.
We'll be sitting here Monday. Well, we were wrong.
Yeah.
We'll be excited though.
It just
Win
depends.
win 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 for me.
Yeah. It all depends if Jake gets hit with a bomb or not. So who knows? I guess everybody has a puncher's chance, but
Unless you have no arms.
well, then
Sally would not have a chance.
you have a kicker's chance.
Not if you are the Jets.
God damn it. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. I gotta go deal with that.
You got
And
12 minutes.
yeah, it's just unbelievable. I mean, it
Perfect
literally
timing.
says on the calendar invite 6:30. I can't make it up. I can't make it any easier than it is.
I don't know if it fucked up. Someone's called me. So if my camera just fucked up, that's
It did flash, and I was wondering what was going on, but that's okay.
yeah, you're like sideways right now.
All
You're
right.
sideways.
All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, love, adios. Bye bye.